We're letting it play out.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the media, so we talking about it.
Well, let me ask you this then. When y'all talking about, y'all seen that shit with 607 Unc? When he got on his
Yeah, we talked about that. For sure. I mean, we all know he did it on purpose, said he was trolling.
I mean, you part of the B team, so what you know what I mean? You can.
I just think it's unfortunate that everything is content now. Everything is content right now, and we're gonna leave it at it's content. I'm learning now, bro.
You part of the B team. What you think?
As a member of the B team,
Man,
what's your take?
Listen, bro, I'm a square from Delaware. All I know is this: disrespect is disrespect. At the end of the day, I hate the fact that Munchie, is blind and he really physically can't do nothing. I seen comments like, "Oh, he should just fire him anyway, like hit the air." But I'm all like, I think the level of disrespect, and then everybody else allowed that to happen, was like nonsense, homie.
So you agree with Brandon?
I agree with Brandon, man. Like at some point, bro, you gotta, because that's putting everybody else in danger. Because at the end of the day, when he disrespect, everybody could be like, "Nigga, I'm tripping on all y'all." Then.
This is what the world got to understand. What y'all seeing on podcasts, you're seeing mainly members who are trying to get out of the life and find a new way. They're trying to find a legal route. So they're not in that super turned up, pressing everything, no passes mode, no more. They're trying to acclimate to the content world. Everybody knows what's going on in the content world. So when we seeing little incidents like this happen, like, oh my God, he didn't do shit. Of course he didn't. 9 out of 10 of them ain't gonna do shit because they're trying to transition into this.
Yeah.
And shit like that happens because if you aren't trying to transition and you're really gonna be crashing out at any little instance, you're not gonna make it in this shit at all. Yeah. And they know that. So this is why you seeing certain dudes get passes. If you was to bring some homies from the block that's not trying to podcast or do nothing,
fuck that whole shit up.
That whole shit getting fucked up.
Yeah.
So all of that, oh man, them West Coast niggas ain't no. You're looking at content creators. They're not gang banging anymore. They're gang members from where they from, did whatever they did, but they're now trying to transition, which is why they even got in front of a camera in the first place. Not saying everybody gonna tolerate disrespect, but some shit that like, damn, cuz we was on the block, that wouldn't have slid.
Yeah.
You can understand why he let it slide right there.
Is it really worth it? Like,
I don't really think that it was even him letting it slide. I just think, what do you expect from him not being able to see? I think it's a different reaction if he had his vision. I don't think I don't think that happens without something else being, whether on camera or off camera. I don't think that just goes on and people look at it. So expecting him to do something, niggas telling you should have jumped up and do that. Everybody has something to say until you're in that position. That's the thing what people don't understand, especially with these comments. And the internet is not real. No. That's basically what Unc is trying to show y'all. A lot of this shit is pump faking. But at the same time, those situations can turn real where content turns into something else. Let him have his homies up there, anything like that was willing to take a fade for that wouldn't have went for that, like you just said, it would have been a different issue. You wouldn't have been able to play, regardless of not. And we could say, everybody can say what they would have did and wouldn't have did, but he handled it how he was supposed to, how he could have. What else is the nigga supposed to do?
The reason he's getting the scrutiny is because he was on another stream with, I think the dude name is Beezy. I think he's from Santana Block. He from Compton Crip somewhere.
I seen that. Munchie turned up on him.
He turned up on him because he kept saying cuz. But he wasn't even cousin Munchie. It was just like talking like, yeah, cuz, like just talking like how we normally talk.
They was on set together?
Yes, they were sitting like right here side by side. He like, hey, stop cussing me. He like, I'm not cussing you, but I'm not gonna stop saying cuz. Like Munchie literally loked up and got in his face.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
And then they turned the camera off, and then you read the comments, it says some other things happen off camera, which I ain't gonna mention because it wasn't on camera. But they saw that reaction by dude just saying cuz. He specifically disrespected everything you represent, and the reaction was different. Whether you was blind or not, it wasn't the same level of aggression. So that's why people was like,
I think from my perspective on this, since prior to us getting to the podcast, I seen the worst situation when people being disrespected. So I think my reaction of like nothing that happened is kind of like, oh, he just said that and like nothing happened. And I understand this is content, but seeing dire results of something less than that, you get what I'm saying? Less disrespect than that. I've seen worse. So now that I understand like this is podcast, it's kind of like, I don't know if Unc is making a mockery of our culture out here, or don't know how serious it can get. But I just think they're playing in a dangerous realm where if they don't stop that, it can be blurred where some people don't know content is stopping and what's real life.
I think it's already blurred. I think it's already been past that. I think that's why I said the internet is not real, but things become real. That's why he was trying to say this is the internet. Niggas know what I came here for. So content is content, but everything ain't content because disrespecting you as a man is not just necessarily content unless you want to make it, like you said, and be in a corner where you just cool with that and tell everybody else's content, but niggas gonna still look at it like as a man, nigga, you should have.
You got marked out. Yeah.
So it just take the right nigga really to be like, I'm not with that. For
I
everything
just think
to
it
go.
take a man who has a certain level of standards that's not gonna sell his soul at some point. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be bought for content. I mean, at some point, where is enough is enough.
But in that situation, you think Munchie's selling his soul?
No. I didn't say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
He's not even
I'm
using
just saying in
Munchie.
general. You saying in
using
general.
I'm just
Okay.
using it just in general where
Yeah.
all right, so I know this for a fact. I've been outside with y'all. Certain things that we seen on other platforms would not even fly. And we all know that. And I'm not even trying to say we more gangster than anybody else, but I've been outside with y'all and y'all been outside with me. Certain things just won't fly on other podcasts that for us, something less we would have tripped on.
Nah, for sure. Because it's like, where do your morals stand? Is it morals over money, or are you more concerned with the money over your morals? Because now it's like, okay, what do you represent? Or can you look yourself in the mirror after that incident happened and it went the way that it went?
Yeah, because you're ultimately a representative of your family. If you got a wife, you know what I'm saying? Your brother, sister, your father. You may be like a mockery of something at that point. Like you that dad or someone that got.
Because for me, we always get the comments, oh, they think they too tough. They think they can't take an L. Oh man, it's content. Everybody gonna take an L. And it's like, bro, some people you gotta realize live and die by their reputation. Not saying trying to be infamous. I mean, just being a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people is willing to take it wherever you want to go, just strictly for the respect of being just a man. You ain't got to be a gangster, none of that. Just a man alone. We just happen to be some of those type of people. And when people view it and they know they're not, they low-key get offended. Like, damn, I probably would have marked out in that situation. So now they want to shame you because you wouldn't. Like that, that should be crazy.
If
I
was
like self-projection.
Boom. There you go.
I think it's a lot of that, and people just want you to be super entertaining. They forget that podcast is meant to have conversations and dialogue and stuff like that. So when you are on certain platforms or you do allow certain people to get too comfortable with you, they start to play with you. You learn this at an early age of some people that crack jokes and then they start taking the jokes further and further to the point where
it's not funny no more.
Yeah, or it's not even funny, or you said a little too much now to the point where now you put yourself in a box because you allowed this person to get too comfortable.
I think you got to know the platform you're on too, though, right? Like if a platform is predicated on certain jokes and it's an environment where anything goes, or there's not a certain respect or standard, then when you go there, you kind of have to understand, okay, I'm opening up myself now to these things possibly happening to me because this is where I am and this is how they get out.
I don't even think it's necessarily always, like you said, the platform. I just think it's how you play with people.
Like
no.
If you was to all go on Wildin' Out, we got to know, okay,
but Wildin' Out, they're never just blatantly disrespecting you. They shooting jokes and cracking shit. It's all funny games. We know it's funny.
Yeah, but
when you go on
certain,
what I'm saying is you going on certain platforms. You going on platforms with complete strangers, nigga, that's comfortable enough to feel like they can just get on here and disrespect you is crazy, nigga.
I think that's
But it's because of the platform.
No,
so I do agree with that.
I hear what he's saying, but he's not thinking that. He did that because he felt the way when a nigga was telling, cuz I'm gonna do this and do that, and I'm gonna send this to 4 extras and all that stuff. So now he feel like you playing with me. So now when he's just playing further, it goes back to the point where you saying if he felt disrespected, he might not have said it. But he intentionally did what he did. He apologized or whatever the case was. Like, no, nigga, you felt
because he know he made a mistake.
you felt the way because of what he was saying to you.
That's the same shit I said.
If
he kept saying, I think you from Hoover. Oh, you from Hoover? You got attacked?
Yeah, So if he would have never did all that, he would have never took it there. If y'all watch anything on 607 Unc, cuz it's not stupid. He got a lot of videos that go viral, him speaking some shit. He has to play the role. And we say it's these characters, but how long do we allow people to play characters? Or if you do something right now, should I just say it's your character? Like,
no, but if you're constantly still doing it, I mean, people will think that's who you are.
We start to separate characters. We replace characters with goofies. Like the word goofy probably would have just meant that. Like, oh, that nigga weird. He this and that. But nigga was acting like that before or somewhere else. A nigga looking crazy. But now that you're in the podcast space, we're allowing every line to be blurred in a sense.
I think the platform matters too, though. Because if you go to a more reputable platform and he's doing that, he's gonna be looked at like a goofy. Imagine that was Candace Owens in there, and they was on like
cut the cameras off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he getting on his knees in front of Candace Owens and doing all this other shit, or on the Andrew Tate stream or something where they talking real politics or something. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, who this weirdo? But because of the platform he's on, that content is automatically expected.
Shout out to
it's wanted.
Like a 19 Keys as well. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna play with 19
Imagine
Keys.
Dr. Umar, 19 Keys,
So,
all in the same room.
You gotta leave your
on
shit.
a reputable platform. That's just not gonna be going on.
Now with y'all logic, should anybody feel any way when anything happens at No Jumper?
No, that's why I just said.
So nobody should have felt the way when suspects spit on Brandon, because you should expect that up there.
No,
nobody
is different.
That's
taking it to the extreme.
This is the platform.
But hold on.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is,
go ahead.
Not that you shouldn't feel away, but you have to take some accountability for putting yourself in that situation. Like when you know, like I said, that these are the things that go on up here, and then you come up there and you think that you're going to be the dictator of a platform that's already predicated off a certain thing, that's where you fuck up. So it's like if you're not okay with it's a 50-50 chance of some goofy shit going on, then don't go up there because it's 50-50 that some goofy shit could go on. And if you do react a certain way, then that could be problems for you or whatever the case is. If you don't want to put yourself in that situation, don't go up there. That's how I look at it. And if you see 607 Uncle,
you can tell them like prior ahead times, like, hey man.
But most people in them situations, most people, you know what I mean? They don't. And you look at 607 Uncle, like in other interviews or other platforms where he goes and spits knowledge, most of them pages, if you go to their page, it's not all goofy. It's where it's like, again, that platform is predicated on something different. So you're getting a different 607 Uncle.
Nah, he's still acting the same way. He's just putting some knowledge inside of his goofy shit. He's still doing the same thing on every platform. For the most part, he's still being in character. But that if y'all saying as a man, anywhere you go, if you expecting to be a man, regardless of what platform you're on, that don't mean, I guess y'all saying what? Don't go to the circus if you not want to be a clown?
What we're saying is if you go and some funny shit happen, you should have knew before you came it was a chance of this happening because that's what the platform is built around. So knowing this already, you got two decisions to make. Either you're going to acclimate to the goofy shit when you get there because you already knew it was a chance of it happening, or you're going to stand on your square and just crash out and deal with the consequences. Either way, you put yourself in that position when you went because it's already a track record of this happening, and this is what the platform is built on.
Yeah.
This is what the fans want. They're begging for it.
Yeah. You're right.
So it's like, you know it's coming. It's just how you going to react when it comes.
Eventually, yeah.
Because how many people we seen go and it came for every single one. It just depends on how you're going to react when it comes. Because remember, when I told Adam, I'm like, hey, you know, everybody not cool with the gay jokes and shit. Like, why you don't be asking dudes before the stream, are they cool with it? Oh, you know, that'll fuck up the stream and woo-woo, it won't be as organic. So it's like,
that,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they want shit to just happen just to see your reaction because it's going to go viral.
Stand on your square.
All I'm going to say is law number 5. So much depends on your reputation guarded with your life.
Yep.
Take that however you want to take it. All I'm going to say is what you allow to happen once, you damn near got to allow to happen unlimited times. Otherwise, they're going to look at you like you picking and choosing. This is why the first time some shit happened, you got to greet it at the door. You got to, I'm killing this right here, right now. This over with. This ain't cool. So take it for what it's worth.